Okay, we're going to start with the nation. Why we insist on state police by southern governors. Tinubu urges North to fight insurgency in unison. States battle NLC over 30,000 naira wage payment default claim. Rivers crisis pro-police protests rock council secretariats. Senate committee seeks more facts from the AGF in probe of 30 trillion naira CBN loan to FG. Tunji Bello is Consumer Protection CEO. Cholera death toll rises to 53 in 107 councils. And court clears ex-Lagos Speaker Ikuforiji of money laundering. All right, which story?
I will take the court clears ex-Lagos Speaker Ikuforiji of money laundering. He was arrested and charged by the EFCC in 2012. 2012, let me say that again. Then on March the 17th, the EFCC closed the case, calling the second prosecution witness. Then Justice Lima was transferred out of Lagos Division and the case suffered several setbacks. And then on May 23rd, the Defense Counsel, Dele Additional, opened the case for defense and called 3 witnesses. So anyway, he has been discharged of all the cases in 2024.
Wow.
From 2012
to 2024, that's a long time. Whoa.
Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about Tunji Bello. He's a consummate journalist, lawyer, and administrator. Mr. Olatunji Bello will take charge of the Consumer Protection Commission following his appointment yesterday by Mr. President. As a journalist, Mr. Tunji Bello had become editor of the Sunday Concord and National Concord at various times. He was also chairman editorial board of This Day. As an administrator, he was the secretary to the state government SSG in Lagos State between 2015 and 2019. Prior to that, he was commissioner for environment and water resources. So he was was just the last commissioner for water resources in the state, and is now going to be in charge of the consumer. If you remember, there was Mr. I think it's Tunde Irukera that had that position until sometime this year. So congratulations to him, and I'm wishing him all the best.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the cholera story. According to the nation, they have lost 53 lives. Nigeria has lost 53 lives to cholera, according to the DG, Nigerian Center for Disease and Control and Prevention, Jide Idris. And these are out of the 1,528 suspected cases across 107 local government areas in 31 states. So only 31 states have the incidences of cholera cases. 16 out of these are the heaviest. Lagos has 29 deaths, leading other states. And we have Bayelsa 2 deaths, Abia 4, Zamfara no death, Rivers 8, Katsina 3, Delta 4, Nasarawa 1, and Kano 1 across the country. According to the DG, this represents 33.5% of the case of death cases that we have, and they are doing everything possible to curb it. I guess we'll be taking more on that today.
Yeah. Right. So some states yesterday clashed with the NLC, that's the Nigerian Labour Congress, over an allegation of default in the payment of 30,000 naira minimum wage. Now, the Labour listed the states. It says Abia, Bayelsa, Delta, Enugu, Nasarawa, Adamawa, Niger, Borno, Sokoto, Anambra, Imo, Benue, Taraba. Zamfara State said they are not paying the expired minimum wage. And we know that that was signed into law 5 years ago. Now, the Assistant General Secretary of the NLC, Chris Onyeka, said that many state governors flouted the Minimum Wage Act because they do not believe in the sanctity of law. And he said that a state governor who does not believe in the sanctity of law will have a high proclivity to disobeying. And if you examine them and check how some of them got into power, you see that some of them also broke the laws, according to him. And he said, how do we not expect them to obey the national minimum wage? So he says that many governors also were unwilling to pay civil servants their salaries because they see the resources as theirs, and they are not willing to share with the workers who are actually the ones creating the wealth. They said some believe that they can do anything without any form of consequences. But then some states are replying and saying that he has to check his facts. Enugu said, that's according to the Enugu state government, it says that they have been paying the minimum wage. In fact, that when Governor Mba came into office, he had to check through the wages of the primary school teachers and local government workers, and he quickly set that in motion so that they are paying, at least from 2024. Benue State said also that they have to check their facts right, that they have been paying from levels 1 to 6, and they've not had any issues with the minimum wage. Taraba, they were not sure whether they are paying or not. They're still expecting them to get back to them. And I think it's unfair if even 30,000 naira states were struggling to pay for it.
Okay, let's move on to Vanguard. There's no punch today. NCDC declares cholera emergency, sets up measures. Rivers Crisis XLG chairpersons flout police order and stage protest. Minimum wage, approved 250,000 naira demand to match inflationary trend, Labour tells Tinubu. Boko Haram abducts High Court judge, wife, and 2 others. Davido Chiyoma's thrilling love story as they tie the knot today. My government won't slow down until insecurity is eliminated, Tinubu vows. And Shetima to Sokoto government. Guard Sultan jealously, he's an institution. Oh. Any story in Vanguard?
I have the judge's story. So, a High Court judge in Maiduguri, working with the Borno State judiciary, was abducted by suspected Boko Haram members in a convoy, in his car, not a convoy. Was the judge, his driver, his police orderly, and his wife. And they had they were attacked on the Buratai Bunigari road around the curve by a group of armed men. When they tried to maneuver, they fell into another group of armed men who were able to abduct them and went with them into the forest. This is about 120 kilometers road that has a death trap has been a death trap for many people, and sadly this judge has been kidnapped. We don't know what might be related, but because of the nature of a judge's work, they are expected some form of protection. I hope that this is not because of any of the cases before him that this has happened, and I hope that government can do something immediately to help him, because now he's in captivity with Boko Haram, and this will further demotivate judges from carrying on their duties.
All right, let me go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.